This is why I build websites and fix Google business pages for jiu-jitsu gyms and MMA academies. Why I focus on this over anything else, at least at first for jiu-jitsu gyms, is because it's the one thing that if you do, it captures every bit of natural people who are searching, people who have seen you on social media, people who have referred you from a friend. They find you on Google and they show up because someone referred you maybe. Also, like, is the first impression of your business. If you set it up properly, you can get it to where it automatically responds to missed calls with text messages, and get web chat widgets on your website and self-booking customer calendars to show up for a free trial. You can get this automation sequence that just brings in leads even if you're asleep, even if you're actively teaching a class. You're in processing new leads and they show up for a free trial class the next day. And oftentimes they would, in my previous clients, they would show up and the gym owner didn't even have to interact with the student, because they would just show up, waiver signed, they already booked a free trial, they wore the right clothes, their fingernails clipped, they're clean, and the business owner sometimes didn't even have to talk to that lead because they were already high intent enough to go through the funnel that I had created for that gym. And all future marketing efforts are enhanced. It makes everything else work easier. If you run paid ads, or you do social media, or you do signage outside or billboards, someone calls your gym and say you can't answer, but they get an immediate text message back that routes them to the website. That means that, like, all future marketing efforts are enhanced, and your previous leaky bucket where leads would look for your service and you were nowhere to be found are all being captured 100%. And you can be at peace knowing that. Every marketing channel ends at the same destination. Paid ads send traffic somewhere. Social posts drive people to look you up. Referrals with someone Googling you or Googling jiu-jitsu in the city. Flyer on a coffee shop on a wall ends up them calling you or looking up your website. And it's not just one of those things. A student's friend hears about the gym at a barbecue and pulls out their phone. Every single channel converges on the idea of a website that's strong and a Google business page that's strong. And when you have a broken destination, like a lack of a website or lack of a Google business page or no automations in your website, it's like every dollar you spend on ads, or every dollar you spend on an editor, or hour you spend making content, oftentimes you're like kind of just blowing money for no reason. You're lighting money on fire because every missed call, I'm sure you have 20 calls, and a lot of them are marketers that are calling you, maybe spam callers, maybe scammers, potentially students that are interested. But because you didn't have systems in place to capture these missed calls and route them to your website or capture searches anywhere online, you may be missing people that could have otherwise booked a free trial and picked you over everyone else. An analogy you can think of is like a leaky bucket. For a leaky bucket, you could pour water in it all day. You could spin advertising for a business all day. But if you don't have something to capture every lead or to capture all the water, you're wasting energy, because these leads are leaking from your business, or the water is leaking from the bucket. It's the same thing. The website and Google business page is a leaky bucket. That is the filling the holes at the bottom of the bucket to capture squeezing all the juice out of your marketing efforts. It's capturing your efforts and making them show up in person. And then when they see your business and see how good your jiu-jitsu is, see how good your culture is, if only they could enter and they show up and see you, now that's on you to retain them. To be honest, a lot of gyms are functioning with a broken bucket to capture any leads that are coming in, and that's why it seems like they're struggling so much oftentimes. Why I believe this is often the constraint and not just one of the problems is because if you can fix this one thing, every other future marketing effort, social media, paid ads, anything you can think of, live events, flyers, whatever, it makes all of it more efficient automatically. And if you don't fix it, it's like every dollar and every hour you spend are working at half capacity because the leads have nowhere to go. They just kind of have to show up and hope they get there on time, or hope that another gym that may exist in your area as a competitor doesn't snag them up first for the same principles I'm talking about. And that's why I believe sincerely that this is the foundation that every jiu-jitsu gym and MMA gym needs. I believe it's simply the foundation, and that's why I lead with it and do that first for gyms to help them grow, and gotten some really good results. Bottom line, every channel ends at your website, and if your website is broken, every channel is broken. Knowing what to do isn't the same as having time to do it. Even if a gym owner watched this video or a tutorial online, how to build the perfect website and how to build a proper Google business page and how to manage it and build automations and do all these things, you're still running. It's the same core problem we talked about in the beginning. You're still teaching four classes a day. You still have a family, of other obligations, maybe other priorities that outweigh building a strong digital foundation for your gym or doing marketing for your gym. And we could like work through a realistic week of a gym owner. You have maybe morning classes, kids classes, noon classes, adults classes. You have to wash the mats. You have to repair the building if there's any issues. You have to do any like any AC or any structural issues with your building. And if you have private lessons, you have that stuff to do. You have to manage your family. You have employees sometimes. You have to go for tournaments on the weekends. You have seminars you may want to attend or run yourself. You have open mats. You have people calling you all the time trying to sell you stuff. Scammers always calling your phone. Potential customers. You have to follow up with these customers. You have to process transactions. You have all these things to manage that go into a business. And oftentimes, especially in the beginning, you may not even be profitable in your business. Or you may be just scraping by where it's like, oh, like I have all these things that I'm doing. I'm working so hard, but maybe I'm either not as profitable as I'd like to be, or sometimes not profitable at all. Or I know I could be so much more profitable if only we reached capacity for our gym, or reached half or 75% capacity for our gym. Shoot, maybe if I can get to full capacity, I can upgrade my building or move locations and scale. Like, how cool would that be to just increase capacity? And in all of that, it's like all the things you have to do. Where in that would optimizing a website and optimizing a Google business page fit in? And honestly, it's one of the last things that you'd think to do, because there's obvious things that that are right in your face that you have to take care of all the time.